Head's killing me.
What's wrong, Ben? Is it not?
No booze. Not booze. That's for sure.
Why?
Nate's mic's not working.
Nate, could you please connect to audio?
Oh,
There he is.
That's what
so
that's
I said something really mean about Ben 20 seconds ago, and he didn't respond at all. And I was like, wow.
Oh, the room is a little.
Tough crowd. You know what you can't see right now, Ben?
What's that, buddy?
The Christmas tree, because you're an a-hole and you talk about it too much.
I knew when I saw you moving the computer, that's what you were moving it for.
So what did you say that was mean? Since we didn't get a chance to hear it,
I
gonna
said
move
stronger
my
language than what I just said now, because
I'm gonna move my damn Christmas tree out of the way. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Or move my computer out of the way of the Christmas tree.
cool.
I used a word that we haven't used on here yet. So
Oh, yeah. Let's don't use that word.
Yeah.
I don't want to go past explicit.
I was
Is there
trying to think
such
of a
thing?
funny word that we haven't used on here, like shank, but we've said that.
I want to be like TV 14, something like that.
Hey, I looked over the leaderboard. Did your guy not play in this, Kyle? Your Hodges guy?
No,
Lee
he did
Hodges?
not. He did not.
You know what I mean?
But if you had Tom Hoagie, you would have been.
He
such a
could
jerk
be.
right now.
Lee could possibly be kicked off the tour by now.
You could have legit took Hoagie, and Nate and I would have not known the difference. And you could have owned that.
But I can't do that.
We need to pull
Okay.
up the
No, you're not Charlie
clip
Hall.
of you being like, oh, well, like if you just look at who's moving up the World Golf rankings, I'm actually have come up with this really great formula.
I thought I
had
had
him. It's cuts from here on out.
Thought I had something. Thought he was playing his way in. He was playing his way in, but I was wrong.
I mean, Nate and I can't brag. Neither one of our guys made the cut, so doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Well,
but
he's-
Cantley had a putt to extend the playoffs, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
he's
Take that.
Lee Hodges is playing himself out right now. If you don't watch it. All right, so let's go. Just recap the tournament. I sent y'all a list, but recap the tournament.
Yes.
Have any hot takes? It's time to drop them, and then talk about the playoff, the hole-in-ones, Harry Higgs going shirtless, and then that Hoffman ruling. Ben seems to be up on that, so I'm gonna let him take that one and explain it, and then we'll have some takes on it. Sound good? Y'all did a really good job, by the way, without me. Not that I didn't think you could, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I laughed a lot.
It was silly.
It was good though.
We tried to send people to prison. I will say that I rewound and listened to Ben's Dustin Johnson trying to work through his taxes a couple of times.
Yeah, the tax evasion.
And
was
he
good.
kind of lost himself a little bit and started talking about paying taxes on dip.
Yeah. Sales tax, he got sale, but I mean that seems like that would be something Dustin Johnson would do. He'd get sales tax and income tax mixed up somehow. That's why it was so good.
I mean, right here on the receipt from
It's
from
just
Tom
$2.99, but you got me down for $3.17. That ain't right.
what's all this?
Where I come from.
Okay.
He's not really that country. It just kind
I
of
do a way country voice.
it kind of morphs into a country, but
Ben does it
Just-
really
it's
good.
more of a country type,
A lot of
surfer guy type deal.
exactly. We only have we only have 2 ad reads. So master
Paulina,
no
Paulina,
art.
probably.
mad.
They bought
Do I
all
say
the
I'm
art.
mad?
They bought all the art. So
They bought all the art, so no art reads.
not one damn piece of art left.
They heard our
Monet
read. They
is
heard mine.
gone.
They heard mine and Nate's read and said, "Nope, not
No,
sending that to
that's
them
not
anymore."
true though. It worked so well. They ran out of paintings.
Yeah,
It wasn't
I love
happening.
it.
Went from 300,000 people sign up to 301,000.
Went from that to all kinds of people getting busted for money laundering.
Colonel Steve just bought Monet.
137, episode 137. All right,
You
ready?
say so? Yeah.
All right, here we go. And hit it. What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Episode 137 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. We're proud members of the Believe Podcast Network, the #1 podcast network for professionals. It's Kyle, Ben, and Nate. We're back to get the week started. We took a night off, tried to get the Super Bowl in, try to fully digest the WM Classic. Should be a major, and got our takes together, and we're ready to recap it and have a blast. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Betonline.ag, the #1 sports betting website on the planet. Sign up today, get a 50% welcome bonus. You probably don't have any money left, or you either killed it at the Super Bowl. But if this is the first time you're hearing this, you can sign up, get a 50% welcome bonus, give them $100. They're going to give you 50 back free to play with. Use coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV, and let's get to making some money. We got tons of basketball.
Yep.
We got opening day baseball, not too very far away.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they get out of the
Ain't
lockout.
got it yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. They gotta. Well, just skip that. Go to the casino. Go to the casino.
Don't bet on
until-
baseball right now.
Don't
Go
bet on
play
baseball
online blackjack until until baseball's got it settled.
until
And-
you win enough money to send to Ben because he keeps
Yep.
losing it.
Absolutely. You could bet golf, and you could have bet on this unreal tournament we just had. Festive atmosphere, playoff golf. It could not have been. This was so on brand for the WM,
Yes.
the waste management, and the videos.
But it could have been. We'll talk about that on our take. Could have been better.
Could have
Could
been
have
better.
been better.
I don't know how it could have been. Well, okay, I know where you're
know
going.
exactly
with this.
how.
I know
Yeah.
exactly where you're going. This so it ends in a 3-hole playoff, and we're going to talk about that playoff here in just a second. Scotty Sheffler wins his first PGA tournament, which kind of shocked me.
I was shocked.
For some reason, I felt like he had 5 wins already.
Yep.
Did you guys also get the sense that he just wasn't there until all of a sudden on 18 he had a putt? Like I kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Had a
All
putt
the
in.
way, like he's just kind of there floating around, and
They didn't even make a big deal out of it. He had birdie at one point in time. He birdied 4 in a row, and they were just like, Sheffler with another birdie, and he'll move
Tied for
on
the
to the
lead.
next hole, and he's tied
It
for the
looks
lead.
like
And
Scheffler's
it's
gonna be
like-
2 back, but he's only got 3 holes to play. It's gonna be tough.
Exactly.
When he birdied the 4 in a row, and they made zero big deal out of it, I'm like, well, I guess they think the guy's just going to run a wheel off. Like they're not saying a word about it.
They were really, really pulling for Sahith.
Yes.
Thigala.
As was I.
I was too. He's funny.
Y'all
Y'all remember the Sanderson Farm Open? I really talked this guy up. I'm a really big Sahith Thigala fan, so he is exciting to watch. So he'll win this year. He should win this year.
Let me say this, and
You
I
cried,
texted
didn't
you
you, Nate?
guys. I did not want to see him cry. I hated every second of the
Yep.
7 seconds
Yep.
because it did change his career, but he was very close, and he hit a great shot on 17. That's what
Yeah.
bothers me.
Oh yeah,
He
the
didn't-
course
he
screwed
didn't-
him.
He did not hit a bad
The
shot.
course screwed him.
They
You
did.
know, like
He hit a good shot.
if there's some pressure, which granted on is it 15 the par 5?
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean I thought that ball was hooking in the water. He kind of got lucky there,
yeah. The bunker caught it.
but he knows how close he came to really changing.
He's
his
a
career.
lot like Moriyama though when he misses a shot. Like it looks like it's going off the reservation, and it turns out that he's missed the fairway by 3 yards. Like
Yeah.
He would hit a ball that he would blow it right, and he just would drop his club and drop his head, and I'm like, oh man, this is bad, because even the shot tracer is like off the charts, and
Yeah,
then it
it is.
lands 3 feet in the rough, and it's like, wait a second, it's not that bad.
Not nearly that bad.
Is that like an indicator of how good you're playing when you
Yeah.
get so upset over a barely off kilter shot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he
What
wasn't
a
upset
feeling.
on
Right. What
that
a feeling.
on 17 when he hit it. He thought he was fine until
He
the
was
girl
fine.
started
That was
running
the
towards
greatest
the
shot of
water.
all time.
Hey, if it's on the course for me, club twirl. If it's just in play, if it's advanceable, club twirl every single time.
If
Every
Kyle,
single time.
if Kyle is quiet, it's in play, because you
Yeah.
definitely know every time Kyle goes OB.
It's not true.
Okay,
Sue.
let me say this.
All right, this is what I want. I want hot takes about this
Okay.
tournament. Nate, you can go first. I want like your summary statement, hot take from the tournament.
I think the biggest thing that I took away from this tournament has really nothing to do with the waste management aura or anything. Let's have threesomes on Sunday. That was awesome. To have 6, if you got 6 guys
Always
in the
down.
last 2 groups, and I mean, this was an ideal situation because there's
I made it funny.
there's a lot of guys that were in contention, but it's just that much better. Like 2 guys is not enough.
All right, Grandma.
Never
3 minimum.
minimum. I agree.
I say
3
I
dudes
think that
minimum.
was just to have, you don't have to when you get to 16, when you get to 16, you don't have just 2 guys hitting. You got 3 guys, and math is crazy in that way.
It is. It is. So if there's 3 guys, you got 3 shots.
And you know what? Go ahead and put 4 guys out there because I hated the fact that people had to go off of 10 on Saturday and Sunday. I do not like that in the final 2 rounds.
It's to get it in before the Super Bowl, man.
No, Saturday was not to get it in before the
Saturday.
Sheffler teed off on 10 on Saturday. Here he is fighting. The guy who teed off on 10 on Saturday won the damn tournament.
That's pretty
That should not happen. Like he should have been playing from 1 on Saturday.
Why they do that, you reckon?
I don't know.
Do that, you reckon?
I mean, put 4.
We're gonna have a 2-tee start. And what that means is they're gonna be going off number 1, number 10.
Because we got a dog fight. We got a dog fight at 3:30. We got
the boys at TPC, man. There's a Saturday 6-hole dog fight.
We got a 9-hole.
We gotta turn and burn these carts. We gotta wash them off before the boys get here.
That's exactly.
We gotta get a little charge on them too. Them carts won't make it more than
members to call. They got that dog fight going on.
That 9-hole.
They do a Super Bowl dog fight every year,
every Saturday.
$100 buy. Anybody got $100 buy?
Oh, that's funny. All right, yeah. So my hot take. Ready for mine? 15, 16, 17, and 18 may be the best 4 closing holes in golf. Closing holes, not 4 individual holes. Consecutive closing holes may be the best 4 closing holes in professional golf.
I have a rebuttal / somewhat agreement.
Okay.
If 17 at Augusta was any better than the mediocre hole that it is, that would win. But 17 at Augusta loses it.
Yeah, those last 17 does lose.
17 is nothing. 17 is nothing. It's the most boring. You've got 15, 16, lame, and then you go to 18.
Yeah, I'm with you 1,000%. I'm with you 1,000%. And I thought about Augusta. That was one of the because 15's awesome, 16's awesome, 17 is just. And then 18, I don't even really super like 18 at Augusta more than that. I mean, that tee shot, it's like water and then stadium. And like a little bit of fairway, and then there's bunkers on both sides of the fairway, and you basically got to fit it in over the water, cut it, and hell, Cantlay hit a draw. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, obviously you could do either, but 15, 16, 17, and 18 may be the coolest, best closing 4 holes on the tour. 15's got like an island second shot into a par 5. It's almost completely surrounded. Then obviously 16 speaks for itself. You go and it's like 60,000 people or 60 or 70,000 people are just around this one golf hole. That's just unbelievable.
Completely enclosed.
17 could be the best hole in golf on the tour. The drivable par 4 that literally if you go it's a big time risk reward. If the ball's moving left at all, see ya. If it hits the green and it's going left, see you, good day. Enjoy, come back next year. And then 18, obviously, just because 18, 3 sides, stadium behind the course, awesome tee shot. Absolutely underrated. Love it. Best 4 holes in golf.
Could you say that 15, 16, 17 are the 3 best holes in golf that don't include a finishing hole?
Easily.
Because I know finishing holes carries more weight.
Yeah.
You can narrow it down and say 16, 17 maybe the best back-to-back 2 holes in golf.
Oh,
yeah. Because my question is
16, 17.
My question was on 18. Like, don't get me wrong. I agree with Kyle. I think that it's I'll go ahead and make this point now. I was saying that the playoff should not just be 18 over and over. It should be 16, 17, 18. Or now that Kyle has said that, hell, make it 15, 16, 17. Don't even play 18. Just forget it. Just go 15, 16, 17 over and over and over until they finish it. So my hot take, however, Nate, you were not on this text because we didn't know if we were going to be recording on Sunday night or not. So it was me and Kyle giving each other ideas. My hot take was, I feel like I could light this course up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Brooks Koepka hit one on the damn driving range, and some bitch was sitting on a tee when it got over.
I told Kyle and I were going back and forth about that. I was like, if the greens were soft at all, if they got any sort of rain that week whatsoever, that was another 30 under plus tournament. easily the
They-
winners were going to be, because they couldn't stop the ball. That was the biggest issue.
It
If they
wasn't
could have
tough. They
stopped
were
it on the
hard.
greens, they kept complaining about it's tough for him to hit a fairway. So the grass is literally less than an inch tall in the rough.
Yeah, the
And then
rough was not
people
that
are
bad.
and then people are walking on top of it. So it's pressed down. Like they got better lies in the rough than they did in the fairway.
If they miss the fairway and the rough, then they're in like a perfect lie in the sand that they just
Yes.
get up to
Or-
15, 20 feet.
That you
Or
can
they're just
ground your
in-
club in and everything. I mean, it's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Or
You
they're
can
just
move
in
rocks.
dormant. They're just in dormant Bermuda that's trimmed down and laid down
Yeah.
flat. Like it was. You could
Yes.
spray it everywhere out there. It was. Yeah. I said, of course. I said, I feel like I like this course.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love
I
it.
think let's talk about this playoff format for a second, because 18 is the weakest link of those 4 holes. It's a great hole. It's the weakest link.
Yeah.
You can't play 16 as a playoff hole. I just don't think you can, unless you just play that over and over again. Because trying to have people come into those stands, get out of those stands, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a logistical nightmare. But I would say 17 and just alternate them. Play 18. I guess that's hard because you go all the way back to the 17th tee box, or just make it like you said, make it a 4-hole playoff. Make it a 4-hole
or just
playoff
do
that
15
starts on
and
15.
17. Do
Yeah.
15, which is an unbelievable par 5. Do 15 and then do 17. 17 has got to be in the playoff. I want to
Mhm.
see
Yes.
a 2 to win on 17.
Because the thing is, when they tuck that pin back right, that makes you want to go left because your angle sucks if you're
Yeah.
to the right of the green. You can't
Yes.
short side yourself.
That is
Like
the one.
it's
Brooks
tough for you
chipped
to
in,
get
though.
up and down.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, Brooks did a couple of years ago. He chipped in for eagle from
Yeah.
over there. But for the most part, everybody
death.
that hit it right, it was guaranteed par. Like they were not going to get up and down.
Nope.
So it teases you to have to go left. And
Yeah.
you saw what happened with the guy. And how about I texted you guys this? How about the little volunteer lady that runs over, just throws the flag down and runs off? So it gave him that moment of, oh, maybe it stayed up. And then he started hitting his glove against his leg. Like, nope.
I think
it
that
did
lady
not.
got a lot of hate for doing her job.
I'm gonna say something. Y'all are gonna be crazy. I had to go run to the grocery store at some point during this, and I missed that. So tell me what exactly happened.
So the gala hits what was the club, Ben? I think it was a 3-wood.
It was his hybrid. It was his
Yeah.
3 hybrid that he says is that every time the announcer said this is fairway finder. He doesn't miss fairway with this. He missed 3 fairways with it on the final day when they said that.
So he hits it on just an absolute string headed towards the center of the green. And the first bounce is as hot. It's like a collar kick. It wasn't
Yeah.
because it landed short of the green. And I mean, it just zoomed all the way over the green. And
You know
into
those
the
rolling
water.
humps,
Yeah.
Kyle, in front of the green?
Like hit like a
caught
down-
the down
just
slope of one of those
catapulted.
humps and just it didn't even get Nate. It couldn't have got 4 feet off the ground after it hit, did it? I mean, it just
Yeah.
shot straight forward, and it was like, oh, because he's not supposed to be able to get there with that. Like that, he hit it
You know, he's
hoping to
pumped
be
up.
short.
He was juiced.
Yeah.
But even when it first landed, I was like, oh shoot, like he may have 15 or 20 feet for eagle. Like,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
it catapulted. But as soon as it goes off the back edge into the water, this little volunteer runs up and she places a flag exactly on the yellow line where it went in. And for whatever reason, she caught a lot of hate for that, because I guess maybe she gave him some sort of false hope by running over there, being like, "Hey, here's your ball." Just kidding.
He gave the
here's your now."
announcers. The announcers didn't see it going because it barely got in, kind of like just like barely
Trickled
fell
Oh,
in.
it
in.
trickled. Yeah, it
No,
trickled.
no ripples in the water or anything. So she runs over. She just throws the flag down. Then she turns around and runs back to her spot. So everybody's kind of like, "Oh, it stayed
up.
up."
Yeah, keep in mind this is on the back edge of the green, so they've got the camera up
You
high.
can't see. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think anybody could tell. Yeah,
And it's like, "Oh, it's up." And then one of the other announcers goes, "I don't
No.
think it is." And it's like, "Oh yeah, she just threw the flag down and she's headed back. Like she did it."
You know what the problem was? She gave him false peace of mind. That's
Oh,
what
there's no
happened.
doubt.
That's what
No.
happened.
Oh,
And
my
you know,
gosh.
there's nothing more important than peace of mind. Nothing.
You're correct in that.
And that's what NordVPN is here for.
Oh my
NordVPN
gosh.
is the world's best VPN service, offering the fastest connectivity, most servers, and next gen encryption to make sure that everything you do online stays secure. So grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/believe or use coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV, to get up to 70% off your NordVPN plan
Blake.
plus 1 additional month. It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee, NordVPN.com, where the peace of mind starts.
I was wondering when you would go with that. All right.
Oh,
How
you need to
about
go
that
watch the
segue?
YouTube. You need to go watch the YouTube.
Yeah,
for
you do
this.
need to go watch. Yeah.
Oh, I did. I watched it. Oh,
I
for
just-
today. For
I
today.
just
for today, yeah.
squirted
Oh,
Chick-fil-A sauce. in my
Chick-fil-A
mouth.
sauce, and he has the bottle turned around backwards.
Product placement. Chick-fil-A. Holler at us.
Send the check.
Send the check. Chick-fil-A, where the chicken starts. All right.
The chicken started.
The playoff. So let's just go ahead and walk through that really quick.
Playoffs.
The playoff, it was a three hole, correct? If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yeah,
3-hole
correct. Yeah.
playoff. There was literally no fireworks until the last hole. It was Patrick Cantlay and Scotty Sheffler, obviously. And this was one time Patrick Cantlay missed a very, very makeable putt on 18
Mhm.
that would have won the tournament. And I think I texted y'all, that's
Uphill.
In
Yeah.
in
regulation.
regulation. I
Been
think I
done.
told y'all that's the first time in a while I've seen him miss a putt that he had to have. So they went into regulation.
And he did it again.
They never did say, did he push it or was it a misread? I
I
thought he
don't think
pushed
he
it.
pushed it. He missed it low. He missed on the left side, so he never even really got close.
Oh, I thought he
missed it
pushed it.
high.
Oh,
right.
you're
I
talking
missed him.
about? Are you talking about the end
To win in regulation.
The one to
Winner
win in
reg-
regulation? He barely got it there. He missed it.
Regulation.
He missed it left.
Oh,
So they go to a playoff. They play 18,
regulation.
12 times. It was
Regulation.
totally missing an opportunity to play 17 for some super fireworks. But I think they both hit the fairway the first time, and they both hit completely god awful wedge shots. They had like 30 footers. Both of them obviously two putted. Then the second go round, correct me if I'm wrong, they both hit fairly close to each other. They missed it both way right in the jump.
near the bunkers. Yeah.
Cantlay left it short of the green. Sheffler hit one to what I thought was death, like long.
I did too. Yeah.
The bunker in
Yeah.
between, and they both get up and down for par. And then I didn't see the tee shots. What happened in the tee shots?
Both of them dead center,
fairway?
I think, at on the third playoff hole. Yeah, within 5 yards of each other.
And then
And I will say,
go ahead.
Thagala hit his tee shot in the same place that Cantlay did. Thagala's shot in regulation was the same place that Cantlay hit his on the second playoff hole. And they both did that thing when they came. It's only a 115-yard shot, and they both came up like woefully short for 115 yards. I mean,
I think that they thought,
and I guess they went
Where
straight
was-
under it.
well, I think they thought what we saw. I think they thought if they went long and left like Scheffler did, that they were dead. I don't think they realized they could get
It
up
was
and down.
easy
from
up
over
and
there.
down from that little collection
Probably,
area.
Hell,
It was
if they
better to
hit it-
miss short than to miss where Scheffler did. Though Scheffler proved that you could get up and down from there. So
Yeah, it was a hell of an up and down.
yeah,
unbelievable up and down. Maybe if you hit the green from there, it goes completely off the other way.
Yeah,
So-
there's no way to control
Yeah,
the spin
stop
from that deep rough.
So they go again. They both hit in the middle of the fairway. If Cantlay hits it, maybe 18 feet, 15 to 18 feet.
Yeah,
And then
pretty
Scheffler
sure.
was outside of that, maybe 25, something,
It
maybe
was the
20.
same putt he had on the first playoff hole,
Yeah.
basically.
Exactly. And he jarred it. And then Cantlay had to make his and obviously missed it. So he missed two putts that he had to have that I've rarely seen. And Scheffler wins his first tournament, believe it or not,
with
the
Teddy
giant-
Scott on the bag.
with Ted Scott, Bubba Watson's boy on the bag. Bubba Watson
Whoa.
played in this. I wonder if that was awkward. Yeah.
Probably since Bubba was done 3 hours before, then probably wasn't that awkward.
Yeah, probably make that back. He probably on a plane back somewhere.
Exactly. So Sheffler, the Ryder Cup assassin, wins his first tournament. Congrats, Scotty Sheffler. We had a whole episode about your golf swing one time.
Off bag.
And your golf bag and your
Golf bag,
swing.
golf swing, pretty much everything. And
Were
he
pretty
even
big.
proved it. They even talked about that on one of his bunker shots. How his foot was already moving. Like they're amazed that he can just hit the
Yes.
ball when he's hitting out of a
Every
bunker
time.
with his feet moving.
It looks like he should just get a new right shoe. That's all.
Yeah.
Just new spikes on his right
But
shoe.
just put metal spikes on that. He probably couldn't hit the ball if that was the case.
Oh,
he would
there's no doubt.
he would tear his ACL.
He
Yes.
absolutely can torch the ball, and it's whatever direction he wants to hit it in. It's unbelievable.
But he hits a fade most of the time. I
He
love
does.
these big guys who hit fades.
Love
I
it.
love these butter cuts from Koepka. And I just will say that real quick about Koepka's haircut. it makes him that much more just absolutely hateable.
Yeah, when he took his hat
I
off,
thought
he
you were going to
also-
say something positive.
He also needs to work on getting his roots done now that it's taken a couple of weeks to grow out.
I mean, he looks like he could just do a kickflip right there.
Yeah.
or more like a wannabe kickflip.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
We'll get back to 18. Like that whole place so short. Why are they even? Is it just they're pulling the fill philosophy? They're hitting as far down there as possible, so they only have a wedge in their hand. Like,
Yeah.
why are they not just going? Why are they not laying up to 8-9 iron? Like taking those bunkers that are far and that hill that Cantlay got on that he left the ball short. Like, why are they not just taking that out of play? Is it because that green is just so damn firm that they don't want to try to go in there with an 8 or a 7 iron? Is that the reason?
I guess
Probably.
you would rather have Sheffler hit lob wedge either in
Mhm.
regulation or the first playoff hole he hit lob wedge in. Kind of hard
Yeah.
to turn that down, although it's a horrible shot. But
Well, and even
Yeah.
in regulation, like that's what I texted y'all. I said golf shot because Cantlay was in the bunker and he stuck it up there within 15 feet.
Yeah.
like,
That was
from
a
the
great shot.
bunker
That
with
was a
a
great shot.
with a wedge. So, and that's all I thought. Well, I guess it's the law of averages, and they're going to be a whole lot better with a wedge in their hand than they are with an 8 iron in their hand. So why not just blow it up there? And if you're in the rough, you're in the rough. You're in the sand, you're in the sand, and just take your. I just think there's so many things that can go wrong when you take that philosophy. Like it
No.
could be stuck in the lip. It could
Oh,
be.
God. Exactly. I'm
There's-
with you. I'm with you.
There's
I'm with
so
you.
many, especially when it's down to at the end where it's like you're going into 18, you're tied or you're one. Like you gotta have a score.
Yep.
And you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit it up there in
Rip.
the rough or the bunker.
I'm gonna rip driver as far as I can. As I can. Last hot take for me, and then we're gonna move on to something else.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm changing my a long time ago. We did an episode. It was like, what tournament would you like to win?
Oh,
Was it
yeah.
a major. I'm changing mine to this one. There's no doubt about it.
What did you?
I had
pick?
to match play, Accenture match play.
Okay.
I said this, but this is it. This is it. 100%. I would take the waste management.
Ben, would you like to change yours?
Nope, they're in champions.
That will make me angry every time I hear it. All right.
That's the only reason Nate said it.
All right. So the viral videos of the weekend, of the weekend were the hole-in-ones on
Yes.
18. It was Sam Ryder
On 16.
on
Well,
16.
the one
yeah.
on 18 would have won in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been really impressive if there was one on 18. But on 16, Sam Ryder hits a hole-in-one. And I guess it's the first one in quite a while because no one knew how to react. So they just started throwing beer cans out.
It was
onto the
like since
course.
since 04. It's like Molinari in like 04 or something.
It says something like
ridiculous.
8 or 9,000 tee shots in tournament.
Yeah, it's
play
ridiculous.
since the last one.
Hey, they play it way up on Saturday. On Saturday, that was like 130.
Yes,
I mean,
They're
it was-
hitting wedges. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
like
not
a
even
wedge.
as far up as they have played it. When
Well, they
play
played
that,
it.
They play that left tee box on. They used to play it on Thursday. Now they don't. They moved them back. That left tee box is like 117. It's ridiculous, and it's in the front. Like they're all hitting. They're all hitting lob wedges in on day one.
What were you saying, Nate?
Thagala hit pitching wedge from 178 on Sunday. That
Yeah.
pin's 178.
Wow.
And dude, if he had rolled that thing in,
It would have been 6. So Sam Ryder hits a hole-in-one. And the videos are that first it's like everybody's throwing their water and their beers and whatever in the air.
Mhm.
So that's cool. It looks like a soccer match or something like that. But then, the first guy that throws it, everybody thought that was a really good idea. So then it was just raining down beer
Yes.
cans on the golf course. It took them 15 to 20 minutes to clean up all the beer cans off the green. Not just
Listen, they did the
And
same
in the
thing
bunker.
when JT just chipped in. They started throwing beer.
then
cans.
it became a thing. Now it's
Yeah.
a thing. Now they're
Yeah.
gonna have to like come up with a rule like snipers and paintball guns and stuff. to
They're,
start
they're
shooting
gonna
people.
end up putting netting up in front.
I was
like
going to say, yeah,
baseball
there's going to
net.
end
That's
up being
what's
a
gonna
net. Yeah.
That's a great point. That's exactly what's going to happen, which is going to be a bummer. They'll tear that son of a bitch down and within 5 minutes of being there.
That's
So Sam Ryder,
Oh, right.
There'll be little
They're
holes
gonna
that they're
be-
trying to throw through.
It's either that or the first guy that hits it close. They're going to make a guy doing the Spider-Man midway up that net.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's
There'll
like
be a-
naked. He'll be
there'll be a
naked, too.
naked
That'll be the
dude.
best.
There'll be a naked dude climbing the net for sure. So Sam Ryder hits
A
one,
naked
and then
dude.
yeah, and then Sunday, I call him the Mexican Jordan Spieth, Carlos Ortiz. If you
Once you see it,
he will always
Once
be
you
called the
see it-
Mexican Jordan Spieth from here on out.
once you see it, he looks like Jordan Spieth, but Mexican. If you've ever seen him, and the guy, it's funny. He's like he's got blonde hair too. That's what's weird. But
His mannerisms are a lot like Jordan. He walks like
golf
Jordan.
swing, body
Yeah.
shape, everything. So Carlos Ortiz hits a hole in one on Sunday. On Sunday on 16. Beer cans, beer cans, beer cans.
Yes.
Then he goes to 17, the par 4, and makes a 2. So he in 2 golf holes, he holed out 2 golf holes in 3 shots. How about that? How's that make you feel?
that'll slide you up the leaderboard because
That
he
will
went from
4 under in 2 holes.
That's what we
but
call
it
money.
kind of catapulted the rest of the weekend for him. He ended up finishing really well.
That's what
I
we
think-
call money maker.
Money maker. Yeah, for sure. So there's a lot
Somewhere
of
Lucas Glover was like,
God
just
almighty.
once.
just once. So there's a lot of talk, a lot of opinions out there. So I'm just going to ask y'all, is this good for golf? And do you want to see more of it? More?
Hell
best-
yes.
So Ben says, hell yeah, without question. Nate, what's your thoughts?
I don't see how it can be bad for golf, but I'd say like let's just make this the tournament where anything goes,
And that's
but let's
it.
not like make this. You know,
Can't. The thing is if you're a tournament and you don't want it to happen, that's easy. You don't allow it to happen.
Right.
somebody
because,
I was
Like
watching
at
with somebody.
Augusta's that's never going to happen at Augusta
Never.
ever.
Literally,
Don't
somebody
want
was
it
like,
to.
"Why don't they do that on 16 in Augusta?" I was like, "Because they'd all get arrested. There'd be a
Yeah.
SWAT
Yeah.
team that would
They
fly out
would
of the
kill
sky,
everyone. They would
and they would
literally kill
everybody
everyone there.
who's
No, they wouldn't fly out of the sky. There's
Left.
snipers in the trees at Augusta, Nate. They would be killed on site, firing range.
I don't
right
think it.
there.
I think it'd be
Done.
like poison darts everywhere.
You don't know. You don't realize on the back of your ticket it says you are subject to be killed
You
Yes,
are
if you
subject
do
to the
something
death
that
penalty
may or may not affect
Yes.
the course. of
at
it.
our
And-
own
and-
discretion.
And by damn, if we catch a phone on you, it's
Yeah.
not a dart. It's a real bullet. I'm
Yeah,
just
there's
gonna
no
tell you.
there's no court here. There's
Yeah.
just a firing squad.
Just
A gentleman in a green jacket with a green AK-47. will
yeah,
blast
we
your ass.
no questions asked. So I kind of feel like Nate, I love it. Okay. This is at the beginning of the year. It always goes viral. So it gets people fired up and it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe I can play golf. That's not just stuck up, stuffy people. They have a lot of fun. So let's go play golf.
Sure.
But I kind of feel like if you do it at multiple stops, it gets annoying. Like it's just one time they go crazy and then it's just
But I don't think you have the opportunity to do it. Like 16, you just got that gallery. Like it's always going to be that way.
Yeah, but
just
they could
because
make that.
they've added to it. They could, but like some of the other places, it's just the grandstands are not near as close. Like you were talking about, one of your terms being the Accenture match play, that drivable, whatever it is over
Par
the
4.
water, that
Yeah.
par 4 at the match play out in Texas, Austin, Texas. Like they could do that there.
yeah, and they do
and-
have grandstands right there.
And they just don't get as route. Like I think it could be fun there. Like if a ball's stuck, like people to go bananas and go crazy and all that kind of stuff. Like I think
Yeah.
it just depends on the venue and the people. As I said, Augusta, like Pebble Beach, no, you're talking about the traditional. But it wouldn't shock me, even though majors are hell there, how rowdy they get. Like a Bethpage, like those New Yorkers getting a little rowdy.
Yeah, pretty rowdy.
Now they
Like
got confidence that they can throw beer and get away with it.
Yes.
I will say, I think that the entire waste management completely is set up for that. Like
Mhm.
there's concerts there. Everything that they do there is to
Top
push
notch.
the limit. And I just don't think other tournaments are like that. That's why you don't see it at other tournaments because it's not encouraged like this. I mean, I think they have concerts at the golf tournament.
They
Oh
have
yeah, and instead of
concerts.
you having to get down and go get your, like they got beer guys like at regular football games, like walking through
Yeah.
the aisles, like wherever
Beer
else
everywhere.
you go, you have to literally like leave your seat, go spend 5 minutes in a beer line, get your beer, take another 10-minute walk to get back your seat. Not here. It's like, yep, I'll take
It's
4.
the
Run
it's
down
the
here.
music festival version
Yes.
of a golf tournament. It's like
Yes.
let's just make sure that nobody dies and that's That's about the only thing we want to avoid.
And
And the players
we're not even sure they accomplished
make it that way too.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
the players have their teams there that are carrying their because they're not allowed to carry the stuff in their bag anymore. So they got they're handing out their hats and their t-shirts and stuff like you're not going to get it in another tournament until you turn it into that type of atmosphere. Like the tournament turns it into that. They're their own worst enemy. You know, the tournament guys that were bitching about it, it's like, wait, bro, you created this.
Yeah.
Like Nate said, you got a DJ out there in the crowd that's playing music, and you got beer men that are walking up and down the aisles and they're taking shots every time somebody hits a green. Come on, that's gonna get wild.
How crazy is it that on that tee box, those guys can't see anything else except for that hole? Like there's no other enclosed stadium like that.
No,
You can't
there's
see
not.
any other hole. You can't see. You can't. You're on the
amazing.
field of.
It's like it dropped down. Like they just dropped that whole thing down, and
The thing that
Added
I
it
was
to-
fascinated with watching the tournament this weekend was to see how much that hole has grown. In 1997, when
Mhm.
Tiger hit his hole in one, there were maybe 600 people there,
now
and
there's.
now there's 20,000. They said they could fit 20,000 in there now.
I would have thought it was way more than that.
What's
but
real quick? What's the best seat in the house on 16?
directly behind the green? I think.
There,
I
but
think
the
it's
covered,
right
the
behind the
covered
green.
part.
I think
Yeah.
it's right behind the green on the covered part because up there behind the tee box, they've also got a screen where you can watch the entire tournament. They got a big screen. So
Did you see
if you're behind the tee box watching, you got to constantly turn your head around in order to see the big screen and see what's going on with the rest of the tournament.
Because that covered part means that there's probably booze right behind you. You know, you're not waiting
Oh,
for the
yeah.
beer. Although there would be something about roughing it in the actual
20,000.
stands, just with the common folk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I want to be in there with the. I want to be there amongst it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to be there with the degenerates. We do not want to be up there with like the sassy ritzy people.
My boss, his wife, works for Waste Management, and they got Waste Management suite passes. He sent me a video from there. He was there Saturday when that happened. Sent me the video. It was unbelievable.
Oh
Sick.
my gosh.
where was he sitting?
He was on the right side, short of the green, so he was shooting back across. But he had like the common folks. He had all of them just throwing. You could see it was sick. I'll send it to y'all.
We say common folks. I think those tickets for 16 now, Kyle, I think they're like $1,200 a piece.
Oh yeah, and you got to
You
get there
pay to
like
get in the
4
stands
a.m.
too.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got to get there
Yeah,
like
you
4
gotta
a.m.
you gotta buy a special ticket to get in 16. We looked into it
Oh,
a few
dude.
years ago, and the reason we did is for the same reason I told Kyle next year.
You know
is
what?
because
That may
the
be
Super
why.
Bowl and the Waste Management are in the same city on the same day next year, just like it was like 8 years ago.
That may
Um,
be why they do tee off on the back on Saturday, because people are getting in those tickets like super early, and they don't have to wait 16, however long it takes for the first person to play
True.
16 holes. They just play 10 through 16, and then you have people constantly. So instead of it being like 4 hours before you see somebody, it's like, a couple hours.
Yeah, but it's
That's
still not
long
near
enough
as
to
right,
get
'cause
close to
when they were
passing out.
showing, when I watched the ESPN Plus stuff and they were
That's
showing
why they do it,
like,
Ben. That's
there
why they do
weren't
it.
that many, there weren't that many people in the stands.
That's why
They
they
were
do it,
waiting. They were pacing themselves.
I got you.
They did get rowdy though, but that's just
Well, hey,
That's
let me tell you
fantastic.
something. If you have
Okay,
a
go ahead,
coupon code for Swannies.co, a 25% off coupon code, you don't have to pace yourself. You just use coupon code Dadbod Golf Pod -25. By God, you take a week off, these segues just flow like milk. Dadbod Golf Pod -25. Take 25% off any order that you could ever imagine. The new line's coming out soon.
they just flow like
Get
is
ready.
stronger
Get-
than new rope.
Get ready to rock and roll. Those guys are great. We've already seen some sneak peeks of the new stuff, so you better, if you see anything on the site you want now, you better get it, because this new stuff's going to take it over and you're never going to see it again. So coupon code Dadbod Golf Pod -25, take 25% off your order. Swannies.co, where the fashion starts. Last couple of things.
The little ultras are going down like milk.
Exactly. Last couple of things, and then we'll call it a night. Harry Higgs and Joel Damon had a little Twitter bet, and this one, Nate,
wizard, Harry.
Nate, explain what happened here, because there was a pretty epic little event out
So-
on 16.
it was a cool tweet because you actually got a little insight. Like Joel Dahman just gets texted by the PGA Tour that says, "Hey, you tee off at this time, local time, and you're playing with Harry Higgs." So he screenshots that text, which is cool in and of itself to me because it's like, what do these guys do? They just get on PGA Tour? Because what if the app's not working? Because it never works because it sucks. And so he says if this tweet gets enough retweets, then Harry Higgs will take his shirt off. And nobody ever's like, okay, so what's enough? Like, this is very ill-defined. And of course, when I looked at it, the tweet was 26 minutes old and it had 3,000 retweets. Joel Dahman's got some reach, but he ain't got that kind of reach. I don't know how many it ended up with, but so Higgs has got a 10, 12 footer and drains it. And he knows it's going in about 6 to 8 inches out. And he seems a little bit shy. Like he's just going to go shirt over his head for a few seconds and he's going to go back down. Dahman has no such reservations, which if you look at their bodies, they are different bodies. Dahman is like absolutely shirt comes all the way off and he doesn't seem to want to put it back on.
No.
I think somebody had to tell him to put it back on.
So Higgs is like, all right, fine, I'll do it again, but just takes the shirt over his head and puts it back down. And
it got 7,600 retweets, by the way.
The beer cans start flowing.
Yeah, that was another one where the beer cans all came on the course.
Like Dahman and Higgs were like, hey, this may be the most notoriety we ever get on the golf course.
Now,
So we take our shirts off.
Now, I will say, I told you that I was watching on Saturday, and they had Colt Knost and Amanda Balionis stuck up there at the tee box. They had them in chairs. And so the pros were actually talking. That's one thing that they're going to get from Colt that they hadn't got from a lot of announcers. These guys still know him and will stop and talk to him mid-round. And
he's great. God, he's great out there.
And Higgs had about a 65-foot putt. And he said, are you going to make that putt? And he said, I tell you what, if I make that putt, I'll take my shirt off. So I know that's where Damon got the idea from. That had to have been where he got it from because Higgs had already said it the day before. If I make this putt, and I bet Damon was like, okay, bub, now put your money where your mouth is. Now I'm playing with you. So if we do make birdie, we are taking our shirts off.
For sure. And then wrap it up a little bit. There was a little bit of a rules controversy. And then there was sort of a viral, comments, and Blaine Barber got in the mix, and it was great. But Ben is topless. A little bit more, got in the mix topless early morning. Mad Blaine. But Ben, kind of tell us the scoop on that.
Well, the history on it is it happened with Ricky, and Ricky ended up winning the tournament, but he ended up taking a triple about, what was that, 4 years ago when he won the tournament, something like that, 3 or 4 years ago. And
no idea.
It is when they've hit it in the water and they take a drop and the ball doesn't sit, so they're able to place it. Well, then after they place it, they'll walk away from it to go look at the green or go look at where they're hitting it or look at sight lines, whatever. Well, then the ball will release back in the water.
It's live at that point.
It is live. Once they place it, it's live. And Hoffman has a huge problem with that as far as the rules are concerned, because he said he thought the rules had changed. Okay, that doesn't matter. You can't blame that. If you didn't know the rules had not changed, that's on you. I'm sorry. You and your caddy should have known better. However, the thing that he caught a bunch of flack from Chambly, he caught a bunch of flack for some other pro. Now, Phil Mickelson was in support of it. Said yes.
He hates every rule.
Yeah. It's like
Phil hates all the rules.
Because Charlie was like, how is this growing the game? And, nobody at a country club's going to do this. And it's like, well, there's a lot of things guys at the country club are not going to do. Like, we're going to roll the ball on the fairway.
Playing it down.
Yeah. Stuff
They're
like
also
that.
not playing for $1.5 million.
Yeah, exactly. We're not playing for 1.5. So just pipe down on that kind of talk. However, I did find it funny because I'd forgotten about this. He used the rules to his advantage. If y'all remember that thing where Kevin Chappell was playing with him, he said, look at that shit-eating grin on his face when he was in the bunker, and he got free relief a couple of years ago in a bunker, and it allowed him to get a flatter lie and able to get it out and get up and down for par because he did know the rules and he took advantage of it. So that's what people are giving him. People are giving him flack because they're like, okay, so the rules are good for you when they work for you, but when they
don't hit it in the water.
I'm
gonna go Blaine on this. Just don't hit it in the water.
No, hit in the water.
Yeah, that was really good. Well, I don't know if you're about to get to this, Ben, but the issue is he comes out with this Instagram post that is just torching the tour and talking about no wonder guys want to go over to Saudi, which is where he crossed the line. Just absolutely 100% crossed the line.
He did that on purpose.
these guys complain about the rules every single week. You don't hear about it because maybe they're not in contention. And it's, I guess to me, it feels like my take on this is like protesters, like nobody as soon as you start protesting something, absolutely nobody cares what you're protesting. They're just annoyed and they want you to lose. So it's a bad rule. I think the rule sucks. I think he's right. I think it's a bad rule and it should be addressed. He's on the PGA Tour policy board. You've got so much sway, but now it's not about the rule anymore. It's about you not being able to control your temper. It's not even spouting off in an interview. You have to go and find that picture and type up this caption and make sure it doesn't have any grammatical errors, or else people will torch you. Make this well thought out caption, and then you got to hit send. What a dumbass!
And then it's
What
your
an
own.
idiot.
It's your biggest sponsor's tournament.
Yes.
You're pooping on your.
I will
your
say the
biggest
balls on that guy to leave that post up. That still hadn't deleted it.
That's good.
Did
That's
you
big.
see? Well, did you see his remarks the following day when he doubled down and when you mentioned that he talked about,
wait to make everything better.
well, he talked about how guys asked him. They said, "Well, you brought up the Saudi tour and people jumping ship on tour," and he's like, "Yep, did that on purpose." He goes, "Because if I just talk about complaining about rules, nobody thinks anything of it. Once I start throwing out a different tour out there,
Wait, so
all of a
that's
sudden
not the
some bells and
rule.
whistles."
So they made up their own rules for the Saudi tour.
I don't know. I'm assuming so.
What the hell does that mean, Charlie Hoffman?
So
So like they don't do the.
when
They
he
don't
said
go
that,
by
I
USGA
thought, did they not
rules
play
and-
by PGA Tour rules? That's what I was thinking.
Do
I was like, isn't that a golf rule? Period. Like you got if he played in the European Tour, he would have
You
to
get
do
hit
that
two
same
off the
rule.
one on the. You take two off
Yeah.
the top and
You get a
on the
breakfast
Saudi
ball on the
tour.
Saudi tour?
Is that what we're playing?
Saudi,
dumbest
you
thing I've ever
get
heard.
2 off 1 and 10 on Saudi Tour.
Here's the
But
deal.
he-
You guys were
Go
curious.
ahead, Nate.
But it doesn't matter if he accomplished so much by drawing so much attention to it. Now nobody cares about the rule comment anymore. It's a bad
Right.
rule, but now nobody cares.
All I cared about is you sound like a whiner, and I really like you too. Here's the two things. Number one, growing the game. Get out of here. That ain't gonna do that. It does nothing for growing the game because nobody that plays that, none of us play that rule because it is a stupid rule. Number two, hey, how about we just do like common sense stuff? Like in basketball, they have flagrant 1, flagrant 2, where they ascribe what's it called? What you mean to do, your intent. They ascribe intent based off of the infraction. If there's not intent there, then it shouldn't be a rule. Problem solved. Zero tolerance is lazy leadership, and I'm just going to leave it at that. It's a dumb rule.
Zero tolerance
Don't
is
complain.
lazy.
Play golf. Make $1 million. Move the hell on.
Don't hit it in the water.
And if you're on the policy board, then go to the daggum meeting and make a difference instead of making a stupid Instagram post with your long recycled hair.
Yeah, when
Dadgummit.
he
It's cut.
said that he was on the policy board, like when he put that in his post, I was like, that was stupid. Like now you're just admitting that you're on the policy board and you don't know the rules.
I'm a
That's
city
messed up.
councilman, and we're gonna put a red light there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Guys, 50 minutes. It was good to be back. You guys did a great job while I was gone. Great tournament. Gonna have a fun week. We're gonna have a show again tomorrow. We're gonna do Would You Rather Wednesday tomorrow. It's gonna be a blast. This has been episode 137, brought to you by Betonline.ag, the Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always.